What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream. Happy Monday to everybody, wherever you are in the world. I took the weekend off this weekend. It was a quiet one, and as I always say, people, I don't like to force content, but we're back. It's Monday. It's the start of the week, and Arsenal are playing tonight. And Arsenal Football Club, I've got one thing to say to you. Do not ruin our week, people. Don't ruin the week. We don't need it. Yeah, we're here to enjoy ourselves, man. I don't want to see the week get mashed up by Arsenal. And you know they're more than capable of doing it, people. So listen, big up to everyone for tuning in today. We'll quickly do a waffle settings as well and see what Mikel Arteta is saying. And I've tried to put a poll up, actually. So let me know if it's working, because it doesn't actually show up on my screen. So I've put a poll up. Do you think Aubameyang should start tonight, people? So make sure you lick that down. I can imagine what most of you are going to say before I even read it. We'll go into Xhaka mode straight away, because I can see a lot of you in the chat. And big up to all of you for tuning in. I really appreciate your time and effort. Before I actually start today's stream, it's only right that I start off with the news about Marvin Morgan, who has unfortunately passed away. Some of you may know him, some of you may not. He's a former professional footballer. He made the clothing brand Fresh Ego Kid. I'm sure a lot of you have seen that. I've wore loads of hats. He works with many content creators like, Expressions and Troops and Flex. He's worked with Anthony Joshua, Mikel Antonio. You see loads of footballers who wear his clothing. He's passed away today, unexpectedly, 38 years of age. He's somebody that I worked with for a little bit. You know, he sent some clothes and this, that, the other. You know, he was bigging me up because I was wearing them on interviews and shows. And, you know, I think I've actually played against him once as well. So terrible news, man. Marvin Morgan. Thoughts go out to his family and terrible news for Marv, man. I don't know where that came from. So I'm sure you'll see a lot of people talking about it on social media. No age at all, man. 38 years of age, whole life ahead of him. So, yeah, it's only right that I start the show with that one. So, yeah, sad news there. He was a good guy. Fresh ego, yeah. Listen, the legacy will live on, I'm sure. And obviously, yeah, as you said there, Chris, Ian Wright. Apparently his mum passed away while he was working at the weekend. I think he was covering a game, an FA Cup game. And I think he had to leave just as the show kind of began or something. I didn't see it, but obviously thoughts go out to Ian Wright as well, you know, on the loss of his mum. So obviously don't want to bring the mood down of everyone, but, you know, it has to be spoken about, these things, unfortunately. So, yeah. Yeah, thoughts out to Wright here and obviously to Marvin and his family. So let's get into the show, people. Let's get into the show. Let me try and uplift everyone's mood. You know, we have to uplift the mood. It's Monday, start of a new week. You know, aim for them dreams. You know, get in the gym, do whatever you need to do, people. Let's make sure we're moving forward. Arsenal. It wasn't a great weekend for Arsenal. Let's be honest. You know, watching the other teams play, the teams that are kind of around us, winning games. Now, the interesting thing was that West Ham, when we play Chelsea, when we play Liverpool, when we play Manchester City, apparently we can't beat them. You know, we can't even compete with them. It's a free hit. You know, it's got nothing to do with us. We're just there to make up the numbers. They're better than us. We can't beat them. This is what people tell me. Even Kevin Campbell told me the other day when he came on the show, he said, yeah, we can't beat Liverpool. I said, okay. You know, you played the game at the high level. You're telling me we can't beat Liverpool. So we watched West Ham play Chelsea. Chelsea were top of the league at the time. People saying their defence, you can't beat their defence. They'd only lost one game. They'd only conceded 6 goals prior to that game. And West Ham, albeit in a home game, they beat Chelsea. Not only did they beat Chelsea, they bullied Chelsea. Now, they were losing that game as well, so it would have been quite easily for them to, we're 1-0 down, Chelsea are on fire, game disappears. West Ham finished that game with a front three that were signed from the Championship. Ben Rama came from Brentford, Mikel Antonio came from Nottingham Forest, Jared Bowen came from Hull City. The tactics look ideal for the way their team is set up. Now, let's be honest, 99% of Arsenal fans would not have wanted David Moyes when David Moyes went to West Ham. Let's say when Emery left, if we got Moyes, we'd have all said, I don't want nothing to do with him. But he's got them set up in a way that suits them. You got big Mikel Antonio up front. You can get the ball up to him quick. He'll hold it. He was bullying people, holding people off. Bowen, I think he's very good. I rate Jared Bowen. Apparently Liverpool are looking at him. And Ben Rama has come to the party this season. Tactics to suit the players that you have. Now, when I watch Arsenal, I don't think we have the players that suit the tactics that he wants. He wants us to be a possession-based team with no ball-playing centre midfielder. We put loads of high crosses into the box with no striker that is good in the air. We look more like we're set up to play counter-attack, but we're trying to play possession-based. It's almost contradictory of itself. Now, you look at it, Arsenal have scored 17 goals this season. West Ham have scored 28. West Ham have scored 28 goals this season. And they're playing in Europe, I don't really compare us too much to Liverpool and those teams because I do think they are a level above us right now. But I look at West Ham and I say, how can West Ham be that much better than us? Everyone keeps telling me our defence is excellent. We've conceded more than West Ham, more than Tottenham, more than Wolves, more than Brighton, more than all these teams. We've bought a whole new back four and goalkeeper, and we're still conceding more than teams like Wolves and Brighton and Tottenham who've had to sack their manager. So what is going off? A lot of people have been arguing this weekend and debating on social media about Mikel Arteta. I think there was a lot of frustration in that Tottenham have sacked their manager this season. They've brought in a world-class manager. They're now above us in the table. Don't get me wrong, we win tonight, we go back above Man United, we go back above Tottenham. But Tottenham, we're on the same game, so they would have a game in hand. And I think Arsenal have to... It's not about whether you're Arteta in or out. I don't think that is the argument to be had. It's about where Arsenal are as a football club. We talk about ourselves like we're a giant of a football club. We call ourselves the Arsenal. We are the Arsenal. Historically, we are the third biggest football club in English football. Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal. That's based off history, fan base, how much the club is worth, success, all of those things added together. Third biggest club in the country. But I think we have to lift the expectations. Don't fall for the mediocrity trap that they try and engage us in. Which is like... if we finish, 6th, it's a good season. We're back in Europe. We were in Europe when he took over. So if he takes us from 5th to 8th and then gets us back to 5th, is that progress? Because that's where we were when he took over the football club. Can we get top 4 this year? It will be very difficult. But we certainly know there's an opening there with the way Manchester United have not done what we expected them to do once they saw Ronaldo and Varane and players like that come in. So I just think sometimes the demands have to be higher. Arsenal should be challenging for top 4. We've spent £240 million under this manager. 150 million last summer. Why should we be saying 6th is good enough? Now, don't get me wrong. We might not be good enough to get top 4. We might aim for it and not get it. And I can accept that if we're not good enough. But I don't think we should have this mentality that, if we get 6th, that's progress. All right, you can say, all right, we were 8th, now we're 6th, we're back in Europe, that's decent. But if you go into the casino with £100, and you end up at £10, and then you get back to the 100, and you leave with that 100, you haven't gained anything. He walked into a European club and took us out of Europe. So, with the money that he spent, Arsenal should be challenging for top 4. We should be challenging for top 4. Polo FC said, one training session for United, can already see what they're going to turn into. Arsenal are now very far behind the big six, Vieira, Bost, Arteta. And the question I have to ask, is the manager the reason we are not getting more out of this team? Because you look at the teams above us in the table, Ralf Rangnick, Antonio Conte, David Moyes, who I don't even class as a top manager, but he's getting all sorts out of them, Thomas Tuchel, Jurgen Klopp, Pep Guardiola. Why should Arsenal... This is one thing I'll say, and I'm going to go full screen for this. No Arsenal fan is in the wrong for expecting Arsenal to have a top quality manager or expecting Arsenal to be challenging for the top 4. How can we not accept that or expect that of a club of that size with all that money spent? I just think, okay, it's a rebuild, but how long is the rebuild? Tell us when we are going to get somewhere. When are we going to be back in the Champions League? When are we going to go and address the problems? Aubameyang, Pepe, Lacazette, Partey, they can't all be just bad footballers overnight. They can't just all be terrible footballers and it's like, well, you know, they're all finished. Get rid of every single one of them. There has to be an element of the manager has to get more out of them. He has to, you know. I saw Mikel Antonio playing right wing at Nottingham Forest in the Championship. He now looks like a complete beast in the Premier League under David Moyes. We got to get more out of this team. Whether Arteta's the manager or not, we can always look for the options outside and say, okay, we need to sign a new striker. That's fine. Maybe we need, you know, a winger, whatever. But first of all, deal with what's in your house. Deal with what's in your house. They can't all be finished as players. Thomas Partey was a beast before we signed him. Man was spinning around the Emirates. Robbie was dancing around the Emirates when we signed him. Aubameyang was a Golden Boot winner when Arteta took over. Lacazette was player of the season. Pepe was 6 months in from being signed for 72 million. They can't all be bad players. They can't be. You don't just turn a bad player overnight. It has to be something to do with the way we're playing. How can Moyes get so much out of players from the Championship? Aubameyang, Pepe, Lacazette cost £175 million. And Thomas Partey, 45 million as well. 220 million for those 4. And we're not getting nothing out of them. We've got to start tonight. Because let me tell you something. Tonight is a very, very big game of football for Arsenal Football Club. Very big. And this picture here would usually fill me with inspiration. I'd say, oh, that's beautiful. That's exactly what I would want to play against. A team that can't buy a win. They can't buy a win at the moment. This is Everton's last 8 Premier League games. But if you're anything like me, people, and I can't help the fact that I feel like this because this is just the way that Arsenal are right now, that picture on the screen actually concerns me. Because we're like Santa Claus. We'll turn up and we might say, do you know what? Here, there's that W that you're desperate to go and get. If we don't beat this Everton team, look at the run, people. They've scored 1 goal in their last 4 games. 1 goal in their last 4 games. They have lost 6 of their last 8 games. They lost 5-2 to Watford, 4-1 to Liverpool, 3-0 to City. West Ham beat them. Wolves beat them. They're losing to everyone. This picture scares me because it's Arsenal. Santa Claus, you know what I mean? Christmas is coming up. I got to be honest, people. I'm being totally honest. I'm nervous about the game tonight. I'm nervous about the game. If Everton were playing, you know, Man City, Liverpool, anyone like I'd say, oh, they're going to batter them. Liverpool, you know, Everton are a mess. But when it's Arsenal, you just don't know what's going to happen. South London's finally said, no excuses. Me not, Calvert Lewin injured, etc. But Santa Claus is due to turn up. I think Decore is injured as well. Shahira said, Xhaka is back tonight. A win. Oh, man. We'll talk about that press conference reaction coming up. Yeah, Granit Xhaka, amazingly, is back 4 weeks before he was due to get back. So you may see Xhaka back in the team. Chris Lewis said, Curtis, if there's ever a team to gift another team a win after a bad run of form, it's us. And this is what I'm saying, people. We should all be looking at that and going, beautiful. Monday night, Everton away. They're a mess. They're all over the place. We'll roll them. What I will say, I think if we can score early, their heads will drop. Their heads will drop if we can score early, right? If we allow them to grow into the game, then that's when things, can be difficult. So Jeff said Mina is back in training and could feature. There you go. I wasn't aware of that. I thought he was still injured. So he's a bit of a beast, isn't he, at centre-back for them. But listen, they're conceding hatfuls. In some of these games, look, 3, 4, 5. They've held pastings. Arsenal need to go there and 3-point collect today, people. They have to go there and win this game. Everton had an emergency meeting on Friday with Rafa Benitez talking about his future at the football club. They're in turmoil at the moment. There's rumours that Mourinho could end up at Everton. He obviously is not having a great time at Roma at the moment. They're already looking further afield. Let's just make sure we handle business tonight. We know people saying Richarlison, Damari Gray, all of these. We need to make sure we handle their threat because they're not bad. They've got some decent attacking players, but we need to handle business. That picture it would be so Arsenal-like, wouldn't it? Arsenal therapy incoming. Listen, I'm hoping we just go there, score early, quieten them down, handle business, and we move. Southampton at the weekend. Hopefully that will be back-to-back. Ian said, free hit today. Goodison is close to Anfield. Yeah, last time we went to Liverpool, it was free hit settings. I don't think it can be said when you go to Goodison. Nimbo said, the match will start at 3 a.m. in my country. Should I choose this match over sleep? I'd get your 8 hours sleep, mate, and just wake up and hope for the best. One Love said, Curtis, it will be 108 years tomorrow since we last had a -3 goal difference at this time of the year. Arteta breaking all the wrong records. You know Arteta, man. Arteta breaks them records. Ramon said, Big C, I'm scared about tonight. Arsenal is the gift that keeps on giving. Don't you know it, my friend? Pikachu said, just get ready for a physical match. Like, literally. Listen, I think that it will be a tough game tonight. It's raining at the moment. I can't see it being a pretty spectacle, at Goodison. The fans will be... listen, if that last picture wasn't enough, people, where they haven't won a game in 8, this is what they've also got going on. Everton fans are planning a walkout in the 27th minute against Arsenal to send a message to owner Farhad Mashiri, according to reports. What more do we need, people? Their star striker is injured. They haven't won a game in 8 games, and their fans are going to walk out after 27 minutes in frustration at their owner. It's just got Arsenal written all over it. But please, man, please handle business. Just handle They're a mess. This could be a night you just get Rafa sacked. We should just go there and mash them up 2-3-0. The fans are walking out. They can't buy a win. They're fuming. Perfect conditions for Arsenal, but we'll still bottom. Listen, I'm gonna try and be positive. We gotta go there and win. Man saying, Curtis, you're paranoid, bro. This is Arsenal, man. This is Arteta's Arsenal. But I'm going to transmit the right mentality. Listen, let's go there. Even Watford went there and beat them 5-2. Josh King settings. Come on, Arteta. Transmit those 3 points back to the Emirates, man. Do you know what I'm saying? We have to win this game. Results didn't go for us this weekend. We got to win this game. Have to. Legend of Renegade, Watford, Brighton and West Ham getting points against the top 6, but Arteta gets free hits and excuses. I'm sick of it, Big City. Listen, I'm in the same category as you, my friend. I'm done with the excuses now. I'm done with it. We spent 150 million in the summer. Show me it now. Show me the product. Show me that Arsenal can go forward and open teams up. I want to see attacking intent. I want to see a team that can go to Everton and just handle business. I did put the poll up. I can imagine most of you just saying you don't want Aubameyang to start. I will check the results of that later on, people. Don't forget, we will be back tonight, 7:30 for the watch-along. And it's going to be a big one. It's going to be a big one. Eyes of the World honours, Monday Night Football. Arsenal against Everton. Everyone expecting Everton to lose again. We need to make sure we handle business. As I said, go there and score first. Score early. And I think we can quiet their crowd down. If any of them are even there, you know, they're planning on walking out. So let's see, people. Billy Dalton said 79% said no to Aubameyang. I'm not surprised. I got to be honest. I think he will start tonight. I think Arteta will start him. Make sure you smash the likes, people. Nearly 1,200 of you in the chat already. Big up to every single one of you for tuning in. Really appreciate your support as always. Looking forward to the game tonight. As I said, people, Arsenal, do not ruin our week. They don't play again till Saturday when they play against Southampton. We've just seen all of our rivals picking up points and picking up wins. We need Arsenal to get the 3 points and we can chill for the week. I don't want to be sitting here moaning tomorrow that we've dropped points against a team that can't buy a victory at the moment. Let's go there, pick the right team, handle business, get the 3 points. Johnny said, I'm not confident. Callum said, I finished uni for Xmas Big C, heading for a few drinks and watching the Arsenal. Let's hope it's a celebration, man. You know what I mean? People are breaking up from studies, from work. Christmas time's coming. Handle biz, man. Handle biz. Like I said, people, if we can win today, we go back above Tottenham. We go back above Manchester United. This weekend we play against Southampton. The picture looks a little bit better. Yeah, we will only be a point behind West Ham in 4th if we win today. It's not bad. But if we lose, we drop points, it's a big problem. I can see something crazy like Eddie up top. Nah. That's a pure meltdown. Everton's technical director just resigned, Marcel Brands. Yeah, I think due to their lack of finances at the moment, the fact they can't really go into the market and buy big players, I think they've just decided to let him go. So they're in turmoil. Technical directors left today. Managers having emergency meetings. Fans planning on walking out. You know, just go and slap them up. Latte, appreciate your kind donation, bro. Thank you for the super chat. Said, Big C, after watching West Ham v Chelsea, I came to the realisation that Mikel is definitely the problem. I'm taking a mental break from Arsenal. I don't care no more. Owner and boards don't care. I'll stick to watching the New York Rangers. Do you know what? I speak to a lot of Arsenal fans, like just on a daily, and I tell Arsenal fans genuinely, don't let Arsenal affect you that much because they're not worth it. Listen, I love Arsenal. I'm a massive Arsenal fan. I talk about Arsenal every day. But they can genuinely affect your day, affect your weekend, affect your week. You know, you build yourself up and then they let you down and you're like, why did I do it to myself? You know? You almost have to care a little bit less and just say, look, I'm an Arsenal fan. I watch them. I tune into content. I hope they win. But I'm going to disengage myself once the game finishes because you know they're going to let you down at certain points, unfortunately, you know. Big up Latte. Rube said, press the likes, peeps. Peeps, don't be a disgrace. Can we hit 1,000 likes, people? It's match day. This is nice. Build up settings. 1,200 of you in here. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Isaiah said, I can see a therapy session tomorrow. I really hope not. Jack said, Martinelli, ESR, Saka behind Balogun, in my opinion. Aubameyang is washed and Laka just jumps on players. Sick of them. Biswa Deep said, it could be a bore fest. Jack said, exactly, mate. What I do, this club genuinely ruined my week. Henan Guna said, I'm numb to it. Trust me, man. They're they're not worth it. You know, we support them, but don't let them ruin it. Big up Oz, who said it's actually my birthday today. Curtis, let's hope for a win. Big up to you, Oz. Hope you have a great day. What I would say, Oz, enjoy your day. You know, really make the most of your day before these lot turn up at 8 o'clock tonight. But listen, let's hope it's a great day and a great evening. Happy birthday. Big up to you, Oz. Let's get into the waffle settings, people. Let's get into waffle settings. You know what time it is. It's press conference reaction time. I didn't actually do a video, as I said, over the weekend. So I wasn't able to do the press conference reaction. So Arteta did his press conference on Saturday. So let's get into it and see what he said. I haven't even got the picture up ready, actually, the Polymation famous one. But it's that time, people. Let's see what Arteta's saying. I'm sure he'll say something wild that we can get into. Get the syrup ready, people. Comb my music business. Here he is. He must sit there every day and think, you know what? 2 years ago, I was filling up water bottles. You know, Raheem Sterling. Mikel, can you get me a quick drink? I'm gasping here, mate. You know what I mean? Pep saying, listen, can you go over there and do a 10 by 10 square? Yeah, 4 cones. Yeah, get them ready. Yeah, he's now sitting here on £6 million a year as Arsenal manager. I mean, no wonder the brother's smiling. I'll be smiling as well, man. Mick Ross settings, people. Get the syrup ready, because here comes the waffle, people. Let's see who is dissing today. Man said he's the luckiest man alive. Man was filling up the bottles, people. You know what I mean? It's like when you go to work and the person who makes the tea becomes the manager. You're thinking, raw, how did you get that job? Like, yeah, Pep recommended me, mate, and they just fell hook, line, and sinker for it. But big up to him, man. You can't knock the hustle, people. You can't knock the hustle. Let's see what he's got to say. Let's see who he's throwing shots at today. Mikel Arteta faced the media at the slightly unusual time of a Saturday afternoon as he previewed our game against Everton. Mikel Train Arteta. Don't forget, people, the train, Thomas the Tank Engine settings, people. So he did the press conference on Saturday afternoon, obviously because our game was on Monday. Emile Smith-Rowe, for those of you that don't know, people, Emile Smith-Rowe is a injury doubt. Apparently had a tight groin during the game against Manchester United, so Smith-Rowe may not play. He said, on Smith-Rowe's fitness, he had some discomfort during the game. We decided to take him off. He's been evolving well over the last few days, so we have to wait until tomorrow to see how he is. The thing is with this guy, man, if Smith-Rowe and Xhaka can even walk, you know, he will start them. He don't care. He loves them too. If them man can walk, they're playing. If they're not on crutches, he'll play them. So it wouldn't surprise me if Smith-Rowe starts. For me, I always say this, people. If it's a muscular problem, don't play him. Don't do it. It's going to be a cold night, a lot of running, physical game. I'd rather he miss one game than miss 10. Man said the cone connoisseur. I wouldn't play Smith-Rowe tonight. No chat. Man said he's evolving. Do you know what I mean? Man went from Charmander to Charizard. Well, what happened to him? Did the man just explode over the weekend? Oh, dear. Smith-Rowe for me, I wouldn't play. You know, apparently it's a groin injury as well. Why would you risk him? Let's be honest. He's played a lot of football lately as well. ESR and Saka saved his job. Well, that's the thing. They probably did. But still, you got to manage them correctly, you know. On the latest on Granit Xhaka, he said he's progressing well, he's doing all the right things, and he's feeling better, but no more news. It's very positive because the evolution... This is the word of today, people. This is the word of today, evolution. He must be a Pokemon fan. The evolution he is doing is great. He is partially training with the team, and he is heading in the right direction. Maybe he's evolved from Granit Xhaka into a decent player. You know, maybe. You never know, people. Maybe he's upgraded. Maybe he's going to come back a star, you know. Pro-evolution. Did Kev pop into the press conference? He must have. But yeah, maybe he's evolved into a real top centre midfielder. Unbelievable that Granit Xhaka is back in training. He was supposed to be out until the start of January. Apparently, he's back already. Listen, you don't start him, just don't start him today. He's not ready for a start, even if he's back. I said, Xhaka, I chose you. Ramon said, why do I think Arteta should be at Everton and Rafa should be at the Emirates? Don't get me started on that. I say this all the time. For me, Arteta is more of an Everton legend than he is an Arsenal one. That's for certain. So Xhaka has evolved, people. Maybe he don't get red cards anymore, all of that. Maybe he's a better player. If he ever starts Granit Xhaka after, 2 months out injured and no game time, it's surely not. On the mood after the defeat at Old Trafford. Man said Laurie forced him into training. Oh, dear me. He said the mood after the game was that we were extremely disappointed because we threw the game away. I think we should have taken more out of the game. It was very pleasing for periods because the performance that you're able to put in against the team was very positive. But you need to know how to win games when you're as dominant as we were in periods against them. I think we started the game well, got the goal. I don't think we dominated at all after that. We had a little spell when the second goal arrived, but apart from that, I don't think we did dominate much of that game. Even though we did have a little bit more possession, I don't think we created enough. But I get his point. You do have to learn to win games. If we defended better, we would have had a chance. But we gave away sloppy goals, unfortunately. That was the problem. Cheese the G said, big up Big C, I'm doing up Xhaka at work to tune in. Hey, we're all evolving today, people. We're all evolving. Yeah. It's the word of the day today, The other week it was transmit. Now it's evolve, Pokemon settings, people. So, yeah, we're all evolving today. Big up for tuning in at work, though. I appreciate the support. There's people saying I miss Super Chats. Apologies, man. I can't even see them in there, so they're not showing up. I must have missed them. On our record against the big six teams, he said, against them, you have to put the performance into a win, and that's a different story. We had the performance, but not the points, and that's what we have to evolve and learn to get better at. He must have had a long weekend, man. I don't know what he's been watching, but yeah, evolve is the word of the day, people. This is the key word. We have to evolve. He said, against them, you have to put the performance into a win, and that's a different story. We had the performance, but not the points. So, see, I would say, you go to Old Trafford and concede 3 goals, then the performance wasn't good enough. If I'm being honest, you can't expect to go to Old Trafford and concede 3 and get a result. So the performance wasn't there. We gave away 3 goals. I watched Man United against Palace yesterday. They were struggling to break Palace down. They won 1-0. And the goal was, a good goal. If a guy bends one in the top corner from 25 yards, as a manager, you can't really moan about that too much. It's one of them that goes in every 10, 15 shots. But when you give Bruno a tap-in, Ronaldo a tap-in, and Ronaldo a penalty, then I don't think the performance was there. So I get that he's trying to be positive, but no, I disagree. I don't think we played that well against Manchester United to say that the performance was there, but we didn't get the victory. Yeah, his press conferences are evolving. They are, that's for sure. From waffle to more waffle, I don't understand when people say must win on all 38 games or must win. They are in the sense, but, we lost our first 3 games. We quickly turned that around. So, you don't want to have to play catch-up later on into the season. This part of the season is real crunch time because what happens, the league kind of starts breaking up. I think the top 3 are going to pull away. They're head and shoulders above everyone else. They might pull away. Then you've got a little group, maybe of 5 behind them. I think you will start to see the team and the league, pull apart now. So it's important we stay in that second group behind the top 3. When will he evolve? I don't know. Maybe one day, Arteta's just going to turn into Pep. He's going to turn up with a bald head, He's going to evolve into Pep. But we're waiting for it. Big up John Layout. I hope you're well, bro. He said, why is he smiling? As a player, he was the Spanish League catamault. He should have became a model rather than a manager. He better not lose today, because if he does, I'm buying shares in Coman Music. Hey, John, I get something gives me the impression you're not a big fan of Arteta. Man said the Spanish league catamol, you know. Oh, man. Do you know what? And I know this has got nothing to do with what we're talking about at the moment. I remember being gutted as a fan when we sold Cesc Fabregas to Barcelona. I absolutely loved Fabregas. And we brought in Mikel Arteta as his replacement. I was absolutely fuming. So, man said, stop being disrespectful to Lee Cattermole. I'm telling you, Cattermole was a beast, mate. You know what I mean? He used to two-foot everyone, but no, Arteta, when he came in, man, I was fuming. But hey, it's neither here nor there. But yeah, maybe he's evolving. Maybe he's turning into Pep. You know, we never know. On Aubameyang's goal-scoring form, or this could be a diss track, he said, you are always concerned when your main striker isn't scoring goals, but he is trying his hardest. He is aware of how much we need him as a team to score goals, and at the moment, they are not coming. But the rest of the things we are asking him to do, he is trying his best. He's gone quite easy on him there, to be fair. He has gone quite easy on him. John said, I nearly named my son Cesc, but the missus wasn't having it. So you're lucky you didn't, man. The man rolled out and then won the title at Chelsea. But Cesc was a special player, man. I don't care what anyone says. Man said smoke settings. I think he's gone easy on him there, to be fair. I mean, he said he's trying his best. Like I said, people, you know, you've seen the poll there. Would you play him? I think he'll start tonight. I think he'll start him. Because I just don't think he's going to persist with Lacazette as a main player, knowing that he's leaving. And I'm not sure he would play Martinelli up front against Everton, who could be a very physical game tonight if Yerry Mina's back and Keane and all these guys that they've got. I think if Martinelli plays, he'll play out wide. But it'll be interesting. The team lineup's going to be as interesting as anything, let's be honest. He called his son Hector instead. Jeff said Aubameyang is 100% starting. For me, like if I was a betting man, I would say 100% Aubameyang starts. De Bruyne or Cesc? Do you know what? That's a tough one. I feel like De Bruyne has maybe got more to his game, but I'm going Cesc Fabregas. I'm going Cesc Fabregas. I thought he was unbelievable at Arsenal. He's in the first team at 16, man. De Bruyne was playing youth team football at 16. This guy was playing Champions League, bro. I'm going Cesc Fabregas. He's won the World Cup. He's won the Prem. I don't know if he won the Champions League. I'm going Cesc. De Bruyne's probably got more all-round talent. If you was putting De Bruyne on Football Manager, he's probably got more than Cesc. But I'm going for Cesc, man. I feel like he's done more than De Bruyne. De Bruyne's got to do a few more years of work, man. He gets injured a lot as well, you know. Cesc has done it yeah, man. Fabregas, man. I got to go Senderos, man. Senderos was better than Saigon. I've had him on the channel as well, man. I've had him on the channel. I'm going Cesc, though. I'm going Cesc. World Cup winner, man. De Bruyne. I ain't seen De Bruyne do too much for Belgium, you know. I'm going for Cesc. Let's see what else he had to say. I don't think this was too long a press conference. On the January transfer window, he said, I think we have to focus on the players that we have, tried to make them better and take more chances than we're doing because we need more margins in the games to win games. I mean, bro, that's down to him. That's down to him. Like, yeah, try to make them better, take more chances, create more, get us attacking better, you know? And that's what we have to do without losing our solidarity in defence, which we have been good at, and try to add more goals to the team. Feel like he's having a bit of a, you know, that was his sly one on Aubameyang, you know. We got to add more goals to the team. But listen, we got to create more. We got to score more. We got to play better. That is down to the manager. Everton are struggling. Where's the heat being thrown at? It's being thrown on Rafa Benitez, you know. But when we struggle, we don't throw it on Arteta. But listen, that's neither here nor there. If we win tonight, we're back up to 5th. It's a lot more positive. Who has Arteta actually made better? I mean, that's an interesting one. That isn't it. You would say Smith Rowe. I'm still not sure if Saka is better. Maybe a bit better. Maybe Saka's a bit better than Smith Rowe. Apart from that, not too many others. He sneak dissed himself. Yeah, man dissed himself by accident. Gambian Guna said De Bruyne don't turn up in big games. He has done, but I think on the biggest occasions, sometimes he doesn't. Did you watch the Thomas Partey interview? I did. For anyone who hasn't seen it, he rated himself at 4 out of 10, which I respect. And listen, I think the interesting thing is in football, right? Sometimes a player can be out of form and you can, as a fan, sometimes you write them off. You go, he's finished, he's not good enough, get rid of him. Sometimes you've actually got to look at the whole circumstances around it. I still think Thomas Partey is a good player, very good player. I think he's suffering at what's around him. Now, don't get me wrong, giving away a simple 8-yard, 10-yard pass, that's his fault. That's just poor play. And I respect the fact that he was so critical of himself. I thought it was a very honest and open interview. You know, to say, I'm playing at 4 out of 10 and Arsenal haven't seen the best of me. He also said he hasn't adapted to the league as well, which I thought was interesting. I think, listen, when you play in a different league, whether that's abroad, whether that's, just at a different level, it's so much easier to adapt when you go into a team that is settled, that has quality, where you can just kind of fit in. I think the problem with Thomas Partey, and I've said this time and time again, we're looking at Thomas Partey to boss our midfield. You look at him when he plays, he gets on the ball more than any other centre midfielder. But he's not that guy. He was never a ball-playing centre mid at Atletico Madrid. He was the guy, powerful, win the ball back, keep it, drive forward at times, hunt people down, win it back. His game was a lot more simple. At Arsenal, we're giving him the ball in tight areas and saying, go and play out of there, play out of there. And he's losing it, he's panicking, he's giving it away. He needs quality around him. You have to build that midfield collectively to get the best out of him. If you leave him in there, I said it time and time again, and someone just said it in the comments, apologies, said, we polluted him. And there it is, HM. I said when we signed him, if we leave him with Xhaka, with El Neni and midfielders like that, we will pollute him. And that's what we've done. We polluted him. We put loads of rubbish around him. Now he looks the same as them. You got to put quality around him. Francis Coquelin was pretty average at Arsenal. When you put him next to Santi Cazorla, Coquelin looked a far better midfielder because he didn't have that responsibility on the ball, because he had an absolute genius next to him on the ball. You got to put a quality ball-playing central midfielder next to Thomas Partey to allow him to do what he's good at. That Indomie noodles, I'm telling you, yeah, and the man needs hard food, and he needs to stop going WizKid 4 nights in a row in Louis Vuitton jackets as well. Arteta has made Martinez, Dino, Saliba, and Guendouzi all better players, just not for Arsenal. Yo, Joshua, big up to you, bro. It's crazy, isn't it? Emi Martinez, we didn't keep him. Saliba, obviously, we got to hope he comes back. Guendouzi's going to go. I'm really surprised they let Mavropanos go so cheap. So yeah, even Torreira's starting on a regular basis for Fiorentina. So it's interesting. Imagine Partey and Cazorla together, bro. Levels, absolute. He's desperate for that, Thomas Partey. He desperately needs that next to him. He needs that ball player. Needs it so bad. Shahira said, I watched Partey live at Barca playing Atletico. He came in second half just to tidy things up, no more. I mean, listen. I saw a Champions League performance he put in against Liverpool, and he was an absolute beast. He was an absolute beast. And like people are saying, Cazorla. Where's the Cazorla or Fabregas replacement? Where's the ball player? Where's the Alexis Sanchez, the winger that can get the ball and run and attract people to him? That's why I think Martinelli has to be in this team. Martinelli is a runner. You saw that run at Old Trafford, 50 yards up the pitch. You need runners in your team. You need ball players. You can't be a possession-based team without a ball player. It's imperative that you get a ball-playing centre mid. We don't look comfortable in possession in the middle of the park against teams that can press. Yeah, we might look all right against Watford, against Newcastle, against Burnley. But when we play Liverpool, Manchester United, Manchester City, we look uncomfortable because you have a second less than you usually have. And our players panic. They give the ball away. We make mistakes. Bruno Guimaraes would be a good signing. I like him. Aouar, Buendia's starting to play well now. Obviously, we missed out on him. Pedri from Barca is a dream. He's incredible. Get Basuma and Renato. I mean, listen, I'd be happy with even one of them. Azim said, man, I miss Sanchez. Best signing in the last decade. Listen, I said it time and time. Alexis Sanchez, for me, that guy was special. He was special. Match winner. You need match winners. The best teams have match winners. How many match winners do Arsenal have in the team right now? How many players do you look at and think, you know what, at 1-1, he could go and win it for us. He can pick up the ball, go past 2 and bend it in. He can smack one in from 25. Spec 888, you're absolutely right. Granit Xhaka is Arsenal's ball-playing centre midfielder. And that tells you everything. That's why, not the whole reason, but that is a big part of the reason that we're not successful. You have to have quality. Look at the ball-playing midfielder of Chelsea, Jorginho. He's not exciting, but he's brilliant at keeping possession. Rodri for Manchester City. Thiago for Liverpool. They're the kind of levels of ball player you need, Andrew said, I love watching Sanchez. He was special. He was special. No match winners. This is the problem. We're relying on the young players to be the match winners. Now, we need those more experienced players to step up, but they need help in doing that. Naturally, when you get older sometimes, in whatever job you're doing or in football, you need more help. We haven't got the Aubameyang that we had 3 years ago that was, 95 pace on FIFA, that could just sprint past people and finish. Now you've actually got to go and create 3-4 chances for him in a game, maybe to get 1 goal. Now I still think Nicolas Pepe, you got to maybe see if you can get him back into this team. Because we need a goal scorer, Alexis was close to prime Neymar. That's a stretch for me. Prime Neymar was like knocking on the door for me of like Messi and Ronaldo. He wasn't quite in the room, but he was knocking on the door. So, yeah, he was up there, Sanchez, don't get me wrong. But Neymar at his best at Barca was ridiculous, and he was doing it for Brazil. Sanchez was special though, but prime Neymar was like the best after, those two icons at the top. Let's continue with the press conference. He said, on Everton's recent form, he said, there are a lot of teams that are going through that because this is the league, has become that competitive. The moment you lose a game or two, the pressure is coming for everybody. It's no different there. Obviously, it's a very special place to go back there because I had some amazing years there, so I'm looking forward to it. As I said, for me, he's probably an Everton, not legend, but I feel like they probably had more of a connection with him as a player than Arsenal fans did. So I'm sure he'll want to go there and get a result. Sanchez was the prime Hazard. Yeah, he was kind of that level. I'd say Neymar was another step up. I don't think he was quite at that. Prime Neymar was ridiculous, like absolutely ridiculous. Herco said you could return there. Yeah, I mean, let me not slander him too much. On how tough it will be at Goodison Park, he said, a team that wants to put things right and win. And on a Monday night at Goodison, I know what I'm going to expect under the lights with the fans. They have, so it will be a tough game. Of course it will. Of course. I thought he was finished, actually. Oh, there you go. There's actually a lot more than I thought. On whether Xhaka could return in time for Monday, here we go. Here we go. This week he has progressed again to a different level. Tomorrow we will assess how he is, have a conversation with him, and decide when is the best moment to start to give him exposure in games. I mean, for me, I would not use this game to give him exposure. He's been out for, 2 months? Leave him. Leave him to Southampton at home. Maybe you get him 20 minutes if you've won it at the end of that. This is not the game to bring Granit Xhaka back in and start him. No chance. On how much of a boost his return would be, he said, yes, it will be, and we miss him. He is one of our leaders, one of the senior players who adds something very valuable to the team, and hopefully we can have him back soon. I mean, listen. I know Granit Xhaka is very popular for some reason amongst Arsenal fans, although he does divide. That sentence for me is a huge alarm bell. Now, obviously, he's not going to disrespect his player. I understand that. But to say Xhaka is one of our leaders, one of the senior players who had something valuable, this guy's had over 50 cards since he played for Arsenal. And I'm not talking about Christmas cards, people. I'm talking about red and yellow cards. That's what he adds to the team. He adds red cards and yellow cards. Granit, we need to move on from the Granit Xhaka story. I can't lie. That story needs to end. We need to find a way out of it or make him a squad player. Because let me tell you, man, if you put Xhaka on the market, the big clubs are not going to be interested. We couldn't sell him for 15 million in the summer. Yeah, man said, yeah, he's very valuable to getting red cards and flirting with other clubs for a move. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. I get it. You ain't going to diss him, but on what he meant when he said he wanted more from the senior players, he said, what I said is that the senior players are the ones who have to lead and the younger ones are the players who follow. We need that balance in the performances on and off the pitch. We are getting that balance right, and we have to continue not to rely too much on the rest. This is a team. It's not two teams that are split. We need that balance and to manage those moments. G. Will said, Granit is way better than you give him credit for. I mean, listen, I haven't seen it, bro. I have not seen it. You know, maybe you've seen something I haven't, but I haven't seen it. Xhaka's Arteta's Charizard. I'm telling you, my mum pulls out that card, you know, that shiny card. But yeah, I can't see it. It looks more like Pikachu to me, mate. You know what I mean? It don't look like no Charizard to me. Nelly said, the seniors have to lead, young ones have to follow. No way, he's just so smart. It's crazy, isn't it? Arteta ball at its finest. But yeah, Xhaka's on the way back, people. I'm sure that'll fill you with excitement. On how we can manage that, he said, first of all, keep demanding the best from everyone. Ask them for things they can do, and they can do well and do consistently. That's what I try to do all the time. Ask them what they do well. Just, you know, you've got to get more out of them. You know, that's the thing. That's the role of management. That's why he's on £6 million a season. On whether he could help Yaya Toure with his coaching badges. He said, he has my number as we spent some years together. He is a player I appreciate a lot, so he can call me and ask the question. He certainly has the experience and expertise, and he has won a lot in the game to add value to the game for sure. So yeah, you may see Yaya Toure training. I mean, listen, Yaya Toure, he'd probably get in our midfield right now, never mind training. I mean, we got Jack Wilshere there. Why not just get them all in there? You know what I mean? Get Yaya Toure on the training ground. Get them all in there. It's an interesting one. It is an interesting one. Don't make no... Yaya Toure, interestingly enough, nearly signed for us. I think we struggled to get the work permit. Yeah, maybe Granit Xhaka's going to evolve into Yaya Toure. You know, maybe that's what he meant when he said he was evolving. But no, listen, Yaya back on the training ground. I'm sure it's the last one that, you know, another one that we missed out on over time. So yeah, Charity FC, you're all welcome, people. You're all welcome. Get the gang back together. Yeah, I'm telling you, just trying to bring that Man City feeling to Arsenal, innit? But it's not quite as simple as that, unfortunately. But yeah, you can't change the fact he is a leader in this team. Listen, as you say, and I understand it, we are where we are, people. Granit Xhaka probably is a leader in the Arsenal dressing room. What does that say about Granit Xhaka? I think it says more about the Arsenal dressing room, because we should have better, bigger, more experienced leaders than Granit Xhaka, which is why you have to question the whole Project Youth situation. People say, you know, Project Youth, we signed young players. Then you say to yourself, if you had a dressing room that was lacking experience, lacking leadership, then why sign such young players? Was it to buy himself time because he knew if things went wrong, he could say, look, I've got a lot of young players, you've got to give me time? This is a massive game for Arsenal Football Club tonight. The team selection is going to be absolutely vital. Before we get out of here, we're going to have, a little look at potentially what our team should be. For those of you who've just tuned in, Smith Rowe has an injury concern. He had a tight groin in the last game. Straight away for me, I wouldn't play him. You can't risk it. Muscular injury, cold night at Goodison, going to be a physical game. I wouldn't play him. So we're going to go through a potential lineup. I want to get your thoughts and feelings on who you would play where as well. Now, I'll pick the back five. The back five picks itself. We ain't going to start bringing in, Bob Balding and players like that. And Leno is injured at the moment. So let me share screen. I've left left back blank because is it time to bring Kieran Tierney back? I just feel like Nuno has played well, but most of what he's done well has been going forward, not defensively. I think tonight we will be pressed defensively. I would probably bring Kieran Tierney back. I would probably bring him back. Yeah, no woof settings tonight. I would probably bring Kieran Tierney back in at left back. I think ultimately he's a better defender. I would bring him back in for that solidarity tonight. Standard Master said Kieran is better than Nuno. The hype has to stop. Penalty Spot said it's time for Tierney. In my opinion, he needs to shore up the defence. Saj said Tierney back today. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were criticising Ben White. He's a meme at the moment. I think they put a picture up of him laying on a bed as Ronaldo went past him. But I think Kieran Tierney should play tonight. I think it's a tough game. And I do think that Nuno, most of what he's done well has been going forward, not necessarily defensive. Where's Pablo Mari? I told you, man, Lukaku's done something to him. We ain't seen him since. So, yeah, I would bring in Tierney. I would bring him back, although Patrick said, what are you smoking bringing back Kieran Tierney? Listen, Kieran Tierney's a better defender than Nuno Tavares. Nuno Tavares is very good going forward. We can see that. But we can see he's got frailties. He gives the ball away. Just take your time with him, No pun intended. Take your time with it. Bring Nuno out. Give him a rest. Let's go into the midfield. Thomas Partey starts. And this is the thing. We can say what we like about him. I've been calling him Frimpong. But he has to start. You can't just drop everyone. You've got to find the way to get the best out of this guy. I don't know how that is. I think you've got to go into the transfer market. But I personally would start him tonight. Who do you play next to him? Who do you play next to him, people? The interesting thing was, the game before, when we played Newcastle, Lokonga played really well. Was one of the best players on the pitch. Then he dropped him at Old Trafford, which I didn't quite understand why he did that. I can already see people. Someone said HMT saying Sambi, Rory Sang saying El Neni. Some of you saying Ainsley. People's even saying Aziz. Aziz is on loan at Portsmouth, my friend. I would start Sambi for the simple reason that I still don't think Ainsley will have a long-term future in midfield at Arsenal. So I would play Sambi. I would bring him back in. I would bring Sambi back in. Some of you saying Ainsley, though. Some of you saying El Neni. A few of you saying Sambi as well. Sambi and Odegaard. Right, let's talk about the 10 role. It seems like we're quite mixed on who you would actually play in the middle. Wasim saying play Sambi and Odegaard in midfield and drop... would you drop Thomas Partey? El Neni is an Arsenal quite... Nah, El Neni can't be playing for Arsenal. He can't be, man. Nah, he's not serious. If we're 3-0 up, you're giving him 10 minutes, cool, but nothing. He can't be starting. In this 10 role, who are you going for, people? Is it Gibraltar guard or are you bringing Lacazette back in at 10? Or some of you, maybe you would play Lacazette up front. I just think... For me, I'm going to keep it 100, people. I'm not playing Odegaard. I think you'll get bullied. I just think Everton in the rain. I don't know. He did score. And he was 30 mil. I kind of want to integrate him. I just don't know. Man said Cole Jenkins. I just don't know if this is the game for him. The thing is, if you play Laka at 10, Aubameyang's really got to play up front. Because who else are you going to play? Remember, I don't know if you've seen it, people. Arsenal have revealed today that they're going to allow Balogun to go on loan in January. Who would you play in it? Sarvesh said Odegaard creates chances. Odegaard for sure. Nimbo said Oda soft. ESR if fit. Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't risk ESR unless he's fully fit. Pepe. That would be interesting if Pepe was in that role. I would like to see Pepe play today. I can't lie. But could he play in that number 10 role? You know, I'm not sure. A lot of you have said before to play him central. ESR needs a rest. Odegaard is soft. He will fly. I'm going to go with Lacazette. Because I think his strength will help us get up the pitch. I'm going to go for Lacazette. People say Odegaard doesn't. Yeah, Odegaard for me, I just wouldn't do that. I'll go with the two wingers. I'll go Bukayo. He's got to stay in, really. And I would do this. This is what I would pick. I want your thoughts, people. What are your thoughts? I need to know. I've gone quiet because you're probably in shock. I've picked a team. I've left Aubameyang out. Man said Martinelli Monday. Yo, listen, I want to know. What's your feelings on this? Pepe on the left said, yeah, Pepe, yeah, that's exactly where I put him. Pepe and Saka out wide. Calvert Lewin up top for Arsenal. I mean, Navarre says, nah. Tell me what you would do. I want to know your feelings. Zach says, no, Pete. Some of you disagreeing. ESR 10, like I said, the only thing, if ESR's got a muscular injury, I wouldn't risk it. I would not risk it. Pepe, Odegaard, Laka, and Martinelli. So you'd play Odegaard. It's a very different team. Yeah, to me, sometimes you've got to do something different. I think we're very predictable. You get Pepe, Saka, Martinelli. I think that's energy up there. You've got Lacazette's strength in there to help the midfield too. Seamus Coleman is at right back. I seen him get ruined the other day by Salah, I think it was. Pepe, go and get him. Be unpredictable. But he'll never play this team. Never in a million years would he play this team. Aubameyang's going to start tonight, people. Let me tell you that now. I'll be absolutely in shock if Aubameyang does not start tonight. I wouldn't even be surprised if Odegaard starts as well. And let's be honest, Pepe is not going to play tonight either. So even though I've picked this team is not going to happen. That attack, you'll never see that attack on the pitch. Yeah, Aubameyang's loyal, man. I've said, listen, sit him down on the bench. Give him a break. It's a big game. I just think the more Aubameyang starts and it doesn't happen, the fans are going to turn on him. And let me tell you this, he's going to need the fans. We are going to need Aubameyang at some stage this season. I'm not saying drop him because I think he's completely finished, you know. I'm saying drop him because he needs a wake-up call. He needs to realise that, bro, that performance can't run. We got to find another way of scoring goals. I would love to see that team, but there's no way we're going to see that team. A lot of people saying they would like Pepe up front. It's amazing. Loads of people say play Pepe up front. He is a good finisher. You know, could he play with his back to goal? M. Barron said, good team, Curtis, for Arsenal manager. Hey, listen, I'm ready, Arsenal. I'm ready to come in. Fala's not agreeing with me, man. They're saying I'm smoking. Nah, man. Martinelli left wing, Pepe right. Last time Martinelli played in Liverpool, he got a hat-trick. Was that the Carabao Cup game, right? Before we get out of here, people, give me your score predictions tonight. Give me your score predictions. 1,700 of you in the chat. Amazing support. Really looking forward to the game tonight. Big game. Arsenal against Everton. As I said, I showed you that picture at the start. Everton have not won in their last 8 games. They've lost 6 out of their last 8. They've only scored once in their last 4 games. and their fans are planning on doing a walkout after 27 minutes tonight. We have to be winning this. 2-1 to Arsenal, 2-1, 1-1, Desmond 2-2, 0-0. I really hope it's not 0-0 for the sake of the watch-along. Young Izzy said 4-1. Hopefully you're saying that to Arsenal. Someone's saying there, 99 Guna said, how can you drop Odegaard but not Partey? Partey is our best midfielder. We got to find a way to get the best out of him. You can't always say in football, they're playing bad, drop them, get rid of them. Thomas Partey has shown that he can play at a top level. He started on a regular at Atletico Madrid. You know, Odegaard has not really been a consistent player at that level. This is the highest level that Odegaard has played at. You know, he wasn't a player really as such at Real Madrid. They loaned him out. So for me, Partey, we know what he's capable of. You know, I think Odegaard is still very hit and miss for me. But listen, I respect your opinion. If you think Odegaard should start, it's one of them, innit? A lot of you are saying you think Everton can win, though. But listen, Arsenal have to get the 3 points tonight. They have to go collecting. Then why drop Odegaard? Just one mistake. Listen, it's not because I'm not dropping Odegaard because he gave a penalty at Old Trafford. I'm dropping Odegaard because in a lot of the big games that I've seen him play, he's been very ineffective. I don't think he damages the opposition enough. And I think when you're defending, I think you get more out of Lacazette. He can help you get up the pitch a little bit more. So listen, it will be interesting. We'll be back tonight, 7:30. Go and give that video a like as well, you know, just to get us going. Feed the algorithm. Appreciate all your support today. We've been on for an hour and 6 minutes. 1,700 of you in the chat. If we can hit 1,000 likes, that would be great. Subscribe if you haven't already. Enjoy the rest of your day. Let's hope Arsenal don't ruin our week. Join me at 7:30 for the watch-along, people. Everton against Arsenal. It will be Scenes FC either way. I'll be celebrating if we win. It'll be meltdown if we lose. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll be back. I'll see you all at 7:30 tonight, people. Bless.